This is called the generation gap.
My generation, baby.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Generation Gab. I am John Lear. I am a fun dad.
I'm Chase O'Donnell. I'm a semi-recent grad. And we have a special guest today.
Well, a very old friend of mine. He is definitely Barry is so old that he's a Generation Xer, but he's on the cusp of baby boomer.
Yeah.
Because you were born before 1965.
I was born 65, actually.
Oh, you were? Okay, so you're a Gen Xer.
Oh, yeah. I'm
okay.
Totally cool and rad and hip.
And everybody, we've got our first show with our live studio audience. Give it up, studio. That's 4 people.
That is
I don't think Sergio counts.
Sergio counts.
He's literally just eating.
Yeah, sir. We have because here. Let me explain.
Explain.
Okay.
They don't know what's going on.
We are at the Antelope Valley Comedy Festival, aka
The Coachella of Comedy.
The Coachella of Comedy. So we are in the high desert. Barry runs the festival. Barry and I went to college together at Northwestern.
Fantastic college.
These are all true stories.
And Barry and I have teamed up where I'm producing a shoot of the festival.
Yes.
And Barry is producing the festival. And guess who one of the stand-up comedians at the festival is?
I'm going to take a wild guess.
You'll never guess.
Chase?
Chase O'Donnell.
Oh, my God. That was a wild guess.
Happy.
I don't even know who she is.
I do, and you're lucky to have her.
All right.
I mean, I'm telling you, I cannot tell you enough good things about Chase.
Oh, please.
We're going to watch her set tomorrow.
Now, there's more than... our studio audience just increased
Now
by
we have
25%.
5.
I think it went up by
Guess.
20%.
Sorry. Thank
Yeah,
you, Barry.
we went to Northwestern. Don't do that.
So we have 2 of the cameramen here from the shoot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We have my friend Darcie, who I met by doing her podcast.
Okay.
So she's like a professional podcast host, producer, and engineer. She's also a tremendously talented musician.
I've heard.
And Darcie, where can we send people? Where should we send people if they're interested in seeing your stuff? Your YouTube, maybe. Curated Stacks. And maybe if we can remember, we will try to put that link.
Down.
Yeah, we'll put it in the link.
We'll put that in the link.
Then we have 2 very special guests, at least for me. One is Jenny Keene, a.k.a. Jenny Prediger, and that's G-I-N. G-I-N.
Like
Not, she doesn't like it when you call her Jenny. Jenny and I went to high school together.
And
we dated in high school.
Uh-oh.
Seriously.
Wow.
For a long period of time.
You were almost Mrs. Prediger?
I would have, yes. Thank God it didn't happen because I would have totally destroyed her life. But anyway, it's really amazing. She's an amazing person.
we wanted her on the podcast.
Yes.
But she's here just not talking.
She's too shy. She doesn't like it. And who would? Only people like us who are egomaniacs would like it. And then we have her daughter, Hope. Hope is 18 years old. Hope wants to get into television production. So Jenny called me about, hey, can you help me out? I'm trying to figure out what to do with this crazy daughter I have who wants to get in your crazy business. What can you do? And I said, well, I'm shooting this thing. Why don't you come out here and be the camera PA? And she's been doing an awesome job.
She's been fantastic.
Her job is to take the little storage cards out of the camera and get them to the guy who puts them in the computer.
Oh.
If Hope screws that up, we don't have footage.
Oh, gosh. That's so much pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot of pressure.
I would rather be on stage performing than doing what she's doing.
Would you? I think that's more pressure being on stage performing.
Yeah, but Barry's been doing it for so long. Barry
You
is
said 30 years.
Yeah.
all right. So Chase, you're going to perform tomorrow.
Yes.
And what are you planning?
Okay. I think I am only doing 5 minutes.
Come on, Barry. Knock her up a minute. Six.
Okay,
Six. Okay.
6 minutes.
Okay.
No, honestly.
Uh-oh, it just went up to 7.
Oh, thank you, Barry.
Honestly, a relief coming off of this. Hemet show that I did yesterday. I was told John off microphone, but I did a show for, I would say, what's after baby boomers?
The Greatest Generation.
Okay, I think they were all the Greatest Generation.
Oh, wait, that's Baby Boomer. What's after Baby? You mean
is
before Baby
I
Boomer?
mean before.
Yeah, that's
The Greatest Generation. It's Greatest Generation, then Baby Boomers,
Then Gen X.
Gen X, Millennials, and
now-
Zers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what Hope is. She's a Zer.
So I did the show for a small group of the Greatest Generation, and I just don't have. I don't have the material for that crowd yet, and all my stuff is for younger generations.
Wait a minute.
It
Now,
didn't translate.
and how do you know that?
Well, when people are just looking at you, and not
So they weren't
laughing.
yelling boo. Now, it's
Someone rolled their eyes.
oh boy. That's the worst, rolling your eyes. Now, Barry, okay, so let me introduce what Barry... So Barry is running this comedy festival. Barry is also the president of Entertainment Max, which is a very well-respected booking agency. Booking agency or booking... What do you call it? A booking company.
Yeah.
You book agents. I mean, you book
Comics.
and you also book music acts.
We book, we literally will book anything. If
Yeah.
you want a monkey who can juggle, I will find you a monkey who can juggle.
That's
and
me.
And I will negotiate against that monkey who thinks he can juggle to make sure you get the best price.
Barry, that's me. If you ever need a monkey who can, I can juggle.
Really?
Yes, I'm a very. You didn't know that?
No.
First of all,
I am a
he is a
very-
very good. He did it in Edinburgh. Now that he's the Geico caveman, he's kind of like a monkey.
Yep.
And he's a very good juggler.
I am a very. Ginny knows. I practiced on
Yeah.
Ginny.
Yeah.
She's nodding and not getting anywhere near these
When we did the Edinburgh Festival, he would be out getting people by his juggling, and people would give money, and it was
I
it was
made
great.
1,500 pounds, which is what, almost $2,500.
Oh, wow.
Because it was about a pound. A pound was like $1.50. So what?
You
Yeah,
made a good amount of
$2,200. And
Juggling.
this was after you'd already graduated, Barry. I went to Edinburgh twice.
Oh, okay.
The second time I made like $1,700 juggling, and I drank it all.
So you spent it on alcohol. Is
Oh,
that what you mean?
I drank every cent of it, and it was fantastic. We went to Calais. We hitchhiked. But by the way, you can't really hitchhike. People don't pick you up.
Now, if I remember Edinburgh, and I just, again, I don't want to tell secrets, but I believe there was a young lass who fell in love with you.
Not in front of Ginny, my girlfriend. We'd already broken up.
Yeah. Okay.
Ginny knew. Ginny hit the eject button.
She would be like, John, but I love you, John.
That was a girl in Scotland who
Yeah.
I...
Really?
It was
Yes.
so funny.
Yes.
There was a lot of romance that season in Edinburgh.
Yeah, because so we were in a show at Northwestern that was we traveled to the Edinburgh Fringe Theater
I mean,
Festival.
that's, first of all, big deal.
Yeah.
That's a very big deal.
It was really cool.
Congratulations.
And so for those of you who don't know, the Edinburgh Theater Festival is what? I mean, like over 1,000 plays happening at one time in a small-ish city.
And
in
we should
Scotland.
credit who got us there and who was our director at Northwestern.
Oh, Chase doesn't know this. Dan Patterson, who created the show.
Whose line is it anyway?
Oh,
He
I
was
do
our
know the show.
he was our director, and he's like, I have an idea whereby we take the show and we go to England and then Scotland and go to Edinburgh.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
So it turns out when you put actors in 1,000 plays in the same city, there's a whole lot of debauchery that happens.
It's like the Olympic Village.
was
They get
just gonna say
condoms.
that.
Yeah, oh, high five.
The Olympic
Yeah.
Village is like the
Sex.
Yeah.
It's just
the
condoms everywhere.
guys in our show wasn't. We weren't that handsome, Barry. No, none of us. But the women in our show were gorgeous, and people came from far and wide to date the women in our cast.
Yes, that is a true story.
Wow.
So anyway, this is a long way of going about. Now, Barry also has written a book on how to do stand-up comedy. You teach classes.
I used to. I don't do it as much anymore. I just
Okay.
don't have the time. But I'll teach individual people because I feel like so many times you teach a class and there's only one or two that really take it seriously, and I just don't have the time for 7 or 8 people who.
You've helped me immeasurably.
Well, I was just going to say I might want to do a private with you.
We do that.
Barry,
that's
tell
amazing.
her. Okay, so Chase is in this situation. She's in Emmett. She's
Hemet.
Hemet, whatever. She's doing comedy to 80-year-olds in a cafe that's poorly lit with an airplane hanging above her, a model airplane hanging above her head. I saw the picture. What should she do in that situation when they're not responding? One woman's rolling her eyes. What do you do?
We've all been there as a comedian. Sometimes you do cruise lines and you want to talk about old. I mean, they're either old or dead.
Yeah,
And
or both.
Yeah. Well, I had guys, I mean, literally, people are falling asleep during the show because they had dinner and they're falling, and they're just not getting into what I'm saying.
No. Okay. So you've been there.
I've been there.
Oh.
The best thing you can do is act like I'm having fun and you guys are missing out. Don't condescend. Don't blame. Just have fun.
I'm having fun.
You do have fun, Chase, when you're on stage. See, I think that Chase is misreading the situation because I've gotten to know her, and I think that they were listening to her and they were enjoying it, but they just weren't showing it. But the eye roll kind of throws my theory
here's
out.
the deal. They said clean comedy. Now, I thought I was a very clean comic because I did my show in Salt Lake City.
For Mormons.
And they were like, oh, we want you back because you're so clean.
She ran the Mormon gauntlet. That's how clean she
I
is.
thought my set was very clean. It's not.
What?
I said the word date rape, and that's when they rolled their eyes.
Date rape isn't. That's clean, right?
I
Right,
don't
Barry?
think- I just said sorority. Here I am talking about sororities. I'll say it tomorrow. And I say they're known for partying and date rape. And
Yeah,
they-
that's funny.
They roll their eyes.
Barry just laughed.
Yeah.
Listen, I
the
think
wrong
the
crowd to
day
say it
that
for.
date rape is no longer funny. No, I don't
You know,
know.
I
Don't finish that sentence.
I did a lot of shows in Provo. That's how I got my chops of being so clean. Is that I would go to a club in Brigham Young,
Wow.
and I was one of the few comics around that could do an hour of squeaky clean. And then one time I did a show, and I talk about it was just a silly joke about my girlfriend, and I said, women look at women a different way. It's like guys think, can I beat the guy up? Women look at another woman, I go, you'll never sense it, but she'll be like, hi, how you doing? Then she'll walk away going, man, was she a bitch. And I got called out going, can we come up with a different word than bitch?
Oh, my
and
God.
I'm like, you can say that on TV. And so I appeased him, but I'm like, and then I called her a bitch, and then I got kicked out of the club.
I'm very dirty, I think.
I don't think so. I have worked with you. I put you on one of the shows we had.
Barry had me open for him. That's a sign. That's an endorsement.
It was what was frustrating and angering. This is true. I'm standing there in the back of the room with Debbie Praver, another headliner who's working the show.
Another super pro.
And we are so mad at John because he is crushing the room. And she looks at me. She goes, he's really good. How long has he been doing it? I go, about a week. She's like, I hate that guy. I go, I do too. I love him, but I hate him.
No.
Were you
No.
doing the set about like how you got really like you were on drugs and
Yeah.
you,
With the women in the trailer.
Yeah,
The trailer
you-
home. Yes. In Hannibal, Missouri. But it was, way after high school. Way after. That was towards the end. That was towards the end of my run. I had sex with two sisters and one unidentified woman in a trailer
is
park.
That clean? Is he allowed? Can you talk about that? In
You
a
know who
TV
just
show?
walked in? Mark Peterson, the best director and DP in the business, and now he left.
Now
he
left.
just walked out.
In and out. He was in and out.
It depends. It's funny. I'll say you have to work a show clean, and I won't say it because we're on a podcast. And a guy did a joke, and he's like, well, I didn't say the F for this. I said, you literally talked about doing some business on your girlfriend's anatomy parts. And I'm like,
Wait, what kind of business? I'm lost. Masturbating on his girlfriend?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
And he's like, I didn't swear. I'm like, you realize what you just said, right? And they didn't have a clue. It's like, I didn't say a bad word. It's like, yeah, words taken out of
the context.
context.
It's prurient.
Yeah. Ooh, hold on. Let me
And
get my
also,
thesaurus.
why would you masturbate on your girlfriend if you're there? Both of you are there. That just seems a waste. What are you doing?
That was kind of the joke. It's like, but I'm like, again, it's if that's just not clean. So no,
I find him offensive.
Context is everything. It really is.
That is a very good point.
And sometimes dirty is in the eye of the beholder. You can read into stuff And the audience will read into it. It's like, well, wait, that's not what I meant. You guys are taking it the wrong way. That's on you.
That happens to me, I feel. Now, Chase,
I'm so excited to see Chase. I've seen videos of her, when she submitted to our company, and they were great.
I know.
And sometimes what's funny is sometimes you'll watch videos and you go, oh, this person's great. And then you see them in person, you go, can't handle the room. So I think she will. And
Chase
God.
can. You
There's
can.
so much pressure because of this Hemet show. Now I don't think I'm
no,
good.
this always happens. You have a show that
Yeah,
you
I
think
do.
is bad, and then you kill.
Well-
this is the best thing. Hemet is the best thing that could have happened to you.
Okay,
Now
good.
you're going to kill. Now, Barry,
We'll shake it off.
yeah, our podcast
Yes.
is about the differences between Generation X and
Millennials.
Okay.
You are clearly Gen X.
I am late in the Gen X.
And Chase, I got to tell you, he makes me look good because Barry didn't know. I found out today that Barry didn't know what LinkedIn was.
Oh, yeah. Well, really?
Truth be told, I know what it is. I see it, and I just go, oh, it's LinkedIn. It's garbage. But I
Yes.
know what it is.
Okay. You don't.
But
you
I don't know. I don't subscribe to
He
it.
doesn't do very little social media.
Very little. Yeah.
His iPhone is what is that, a 5?
It's actually it's an old telephone.
It's
Oh, that
And
is
he-
old. Yes.
look at that. And he
I would say
runs
that's one of the first or second renditions of the iPhone. I
and
might be wrong.
he does but yet he runs a hugely successful company, and he's a stand-up comedian who works all the time. I feel like
Hashtag goals. Yeah.
So what do you think? Maybe
I'm scrolling here, not being a millennial and rude. I'm just trying to find someone wrote in.
Oh, we
and
have a question.
Oh,
but,
okay.
So I'm just trying to find it for when. But keep going.
Okay, Chase and I we've discussed things like liquid paper, Less Than Zero, the book.
Oh, yeah.
Bright Lights, Big City. That was
Using a real map.
using a map. We talked about Thomas guides.
Yes.
Remember Thomas
Of course,
guides?
yeah.
Well, I was explaining Thomas guides to Chase, who was just horrified. And I said, after I explained how you found the address, I then said, and then you've got to find out how to get there. You've just found out where you need to go. You still don't know how to get there.
Oy.
Have you seen the viral video of the teenagers with the rotary phone?
No.
Oh,
No.
my gosh. They took two teenagers and gave them a rotary phone. They go, could you dial this number? And they're literally like,
They don't know how to work it.
What's a rotary phone?
Yeah.
Is
See?
it the one that you
Yeah, the
circle?
circle. Yeah.
Oh.
and they had no clue. It was so funny.
Ginny, and I was calling Ginny. Ginny was my girlfriend in high school. I would call her phone all the time with my rotary. I could rock that. out.
It was always bad.
My phone number was 888-8912. So those are a lot of eights.
I was gonna say,
so
it's a
Ginny
lot.
had that sucked for her. But, we didn't have cell phones, obviously. And
No.
did you even have your own phone? She didn't even have her own phone. So her dad would call. I would call her. Her dad would answer, who, let's be honest, he wasn't a fan of mine. He didn't really like me. He really, he tolerated me. Anyway, he was a dad who had a daughter, and I was a young teenage kid. He was acting
With
exactly
long hair.
with,
and
no,
he was up to no good.
I had short hair. I was
Oh.
a straight A student.
Oh, okay.
This was
Okay.
before things went south.
Oh, okay. This is before all the heroin.
I was a good guy. Yeah. Before the heroin. Barry, how many times have you sampled heroin?
sampled.
Sampled?
Sampled.
0.
He's a very straight arrow, and he was a very
I
straight
think
arrow in
most people
college.
would say 0.
Yeah, no, but I mean, Barry's also was. I mean, you didn't even smoke pot until you. Was it with me? I feel like it was.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it
I
was.
think I've smoked pot 5 times in my life, maybe.
Yeah,
I've never.
You're
that's
such
it.
a good influence.
I know. And Chase, you don't smoke pot.
I occasionally I drink some wine.
Well, Katie bar the door. We got some Sauvignon Blanc.
Well, so Chase, what? Did you find the comment?
I did.
Okay, we on our last podcast we asked people to send in what?
I don't know if it was our last podcast, but like a while ago it was. We just keep
No, you
asking people
probably-
to send stuff in to us
Yeah.
to tell us what to talk about. And
now that our podcast is blowing up.
It's
Did you
blowing
know that?
up. We
Yeah,
have
I see it on-
3 people in the audience. It's
We've got an audience of 3. We're on fire. Generation Gab is on
I
fire.
love the concept, by the way.
But it's a great concept.
Yeah.
See, we're after 2 demos. We get get them both.
Yeah.
See.
So it's a great podcast. So obviously someone wrote in, and I don't know. Should I say the name or maybe leave it anonymous?
Let me see who it is.
Can you just say a first name?
Whatever.
Okay, Scott.
Oh, Scott.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go, Scott.
Okay, Scott. Thank you so much for writing in. I'm going to read the whole thing.
Great. We've got plenty of time.
Hello. I absolutely love the podcast.
Me too. We just
I
high
thought
five.
I'd send you a question I'd like answered from a Gen X and millennial point of view.
She just pointed at, when she said Gen X, she pointed at me and Barry,
Yes.
and millennials, she pointed at her because she wanted to make sure we understood that we're not the millennial.
Yeah.
I broke up with my girlfriend of 14 years about 3 years ago.
Oh,
14.
man.
I haven't had any luck meeting anyone.
Oh.
I tried eHarmony in the past, but didn't have any luck. I tried speed dating, but that too didn't work.
What's speed dating? Is that where you go in a room and you all rotate really
Yeah,
fast?
they do it in the
Okay,
movies.
got it.
What do you think is the best way to meet someone new today for someone in my age demographic?
Okay. Now, I
There's
feel like
more.
you should take
There's
this.
more.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Should I stop?
No,
Keep
go.
going? I'm 47 and
Oh,
don't
boy.
drink, so bars aren't really an option.
Good.
Including my commute, I work 13 to 14 hours a day, so finding free time during weeknights is a challenge.
That's fine.
I'm very outgoing, and I'm a decent-looking guy who enjoys spending time with family and friends. I'm looking to find someone to begin a loving and meaningful relationship, and any advice you can offer would be greatly appreciated. There's more.
Whoa.
On a different note, you both need to watch Heavy Metal Parking Lot. It's an excellent time capsule that demonstrates a true concert experience in the 80s.
Oh, right.
I would
He's, I know who this is. Or, I mean, he reached out on my Facebook.
You know what? There's so much more.
Well, let's stop.
So let's just stop.
Yeah, let's
and
stop
go
for a
with
moment.
The other thing. Okay.
Chase, you're the woman here.
Okay.
What are you sensing from this man, and how can you help him?
Well, 47.
He's a young man.
Yeah.
Young. He's a Gen X.
He's a Gen X, yes. Well, yeah, he is. You're right.
I mean, honestly, I think you guys would have better advice.
Really?
For,
Okay.
Because I would say hop on Tinder.
Right,
Honestly.
that's what I was gonna
Get
say.
on Tinder, get on Bumble.
See, I have a lot of friends, Barry, I don't know if you have this as well, but I have friends who now are divorcing or they're being divorced. Most of them are being kicked. Their wife is saying, "Get out."
Yeah, if I don't get up to my wife in a few minutes, I'm going to be in that
yeah,
group.
I
so-
know. Well, okay. So they what they do is they are very sad. They're very depressed. Then they go on and go online to Tinder or whatever, and then they report in. They're like, "Oh my God, there are so many women that will go out with me." And they're like, and I'm like, really? How are they? Are they young or they're young? And I'm like, well, how old are they? 42. Because I mean, I'm a 53-year-old man. A 42-year-old woman that's a very young woman, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're over the moon about it, and they get to date. So Scott should
Tinder
or
Bumble.
or Bumble. I haven't heard of that
Because
one.
Tinder is known for more
Sex.
like hooking up.
Yeah.
And Bumble is more like relationship.
I was going to push back on the Bumble because I'm contrarian.
Mhm. And you don't know what Bumble is.
I do not know what Bumble is. I believe it's a B, I believe. I actually think the best thing you could do is like comedy. Stay in your lane, stay to your strengths. If you like, you know what? He says he's in good shape. Hey, I like hiking. On weekends, go for hikes. Join a hiking club. If I like
that
something,
advice.
It's a good idea.
and you will find somebody who is like-minded, and that way you're not just, hey, I'm so desperate I want to hook up. It's like, this is who I am. And that way you don't have to change when you actually get into that dating world. It's like, yeah, we both love movies, or we both love working out.
Barry's moniker for his comedy show is Counselor of Love. So he knows this stuff. But let me just push back a little bit, if I may.
Oh, yeah.
Hiking club? I mean, are you kidding me? That sounds like you're going to get a knife in your throat. Who goes on a hiking club? A hiking club? That sounds like scary people.
Because you're going into the middle of the woods and people can
I don't
just,
know
like-
who. I've never known anyone to be in a hiking club.
Really?
There are clubs of hikers?
Yes. Yes.
Are you part of one?
I don't want to say at this point. My wife is big into fitness, and so I try to stay fit as best I can. And yeah, we go on hikes. Now we're not part of a club, but we have joined people who are in a club, and yeah, they're a little weird.
Yes, that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
I don't
But
think he should join a hiking club. Is all I'm saying.
But maybe he's into that.
I like what you're saying. I
It
just
was just an example. Maybe he's into reading and wants to join a book club,
A book club, a movie club, whatever.
a culture club.
A culture club.
a amateur dentistry club.
Yeah.
Where you
Join
like
a comedy
hey,
class. I mean, if you love it, you know what? I love comedy. And you get into a class and you meet people who are similar, or
Yeah, you
There's-
know what? That's such
Okay.
good advice.
All right, we like that, Barry.
Get into a group and
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
around like-minded people
Yes.
and organically meet someone that way.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Our entire studio audience is left now.
Yeah.
Which I think, it's been 28
Yeah,
minutes.
I think we should begin to think about wrapping this
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Now, Chase, getting back to Barry. First of all, Barry, thank you for being on.
Barry.
I've been waiting
What
to be
a
asked.
treat. This is the
Oh my
biggest
gosh!
treat to have
No,
you.
I've been waiting to be asked because John, I love you.
Yeah, I
You're
love
like a
you.
brother to me.
I love you.
And Chase, I haven't met you, but
She's amazing.
You seem pretty damn good.
Yeah, she really is, and you are too. You're a lovely
really
man.
not. I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm a
you are.
bad person.
He can be tough, which is good. He's tough with people. You're honest with people.
I don't have, it's funny, Chase, as you get older, I think, you don't have time to waste. So
that's what I'm
I
learning.
just want to be, without being hurtful, and there's no reason to be hurtful, but just be honest.
See, maybe you can help Chase, but maybe it's
That's
with
so
the,
good.
you know what I mean? Maybe your directness is something Chase and frankly I could use.
Yes, because I told myself this month, I'm not Chase O'Donnell, I'm Chase No Donnell. And I'm saying no to everything because I say yes, and then I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah, me too.
And that's what I need in my life.
No, so Barry, Chase, can you tell Chase what she's going to be doing tomorrow at the Antelope Valley Comedy
Yeah,
Festival?
we're very excited. We've been doing this show for 4 years now at the at the festival in Laughlin. It's called New Faces of Comedy, and it's people that were picked, that submitted, that we feel are on the precipice of making that big jump to being stars.
Yes. See, Chase, I told you.
That's such a nice way to
I-
phrase this show.
You are going. This is the begin. I mean, this is another. You've been your career has been amping up since we've been working together, which I take full credit
I
for.
know. I give it to you.
No, but I do feel like she's just about to blow up and never return my calls
Yeah.
about doing the podcast.
There are people that you can watch and just go, yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
They got it.
They
I mean,
got it.
and honestly, you were one of those. You could easily. And that's why you're going on doing all these great things and speaking and stuff. It's like the moment you
It's fun.
Chase to
Thank
watch
you.
him. We were in the improv group, and I was lucky enough to get in because I could write. I was a terrible, terrible improv
That's
person.
not true.
It is true.
Okay. He thinks it is.
Okay. John was so clearly better than everybody else. And we had some really good people. But John, you just go, it's like when you watch Second City and you see the Belushi tapes, you just go, well, there's the star.
Yeah.
And John was that guy. You just
Oh
go,
my
you just go,
I believe it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It was, I mean, women
Well,
were
I
going
watched
crazy
Quick
for
Draw
it.
and just it blows my mind that was improv.
Well, we're gonna do it again. A show that's improv, and you and I are gonna work. That's how Chase and I met.
Oh, yeah.
She auditioned for a pilot that didn't go. That
That
was
was
fully
improv.
improvised, and she was. When we were working together, I was like, "Oh my god,
I was so nervous
Yeah.
before that audition.
oh, you were fantastic."
I was in the lobby before going in the room reading notes from the universe that are emails I get that were giving me pep talks before I went in. 'Cause I
That's
was so
listen. There was a comic. I was interviewing a comic, and he didn't want to be interviewed before he went on stage.
He was the only one.
He was the only one. And then afterwards, I interviewed him, and I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I get myself into a space. It's a meditation. I say things to myself that are positive, affirmation." He has
How
this
did he
whole.
do? Did
he
it work?
killed.
He advanced.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's going to the
Okay,
semis,
so
which will be
don't
tomorrow.
do interviews before shows.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that they were doing it, but it's totally the same way. I played a lot of sports growing up, and I would be in my area. I'm not joking around. I'm not having fun. I am in my space trying to get my head ready for whatever plan we're going to execute. And yeah, I totally get where he's coming
Yeah,
from. You've
I
got
do
to
too.
focus and figure out, when's the right time to joke around and when's the
Yeah.
right time to focus and get ready.
Well, this has been fantastic.
And good luck to Scott.
Yeah, good luck to Scott. We'll have to get back to the rest of his comments next
It's
time.
a lot of advice for us, like things to watch, things to talk about, so we
Perfect.
can go through it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Scott, thank you so much. That was really good
Yeah,
advice.
and anybody else.
I mean,
who's-
a really good question.
question and the advice we're going to
We
go over
gave
next
really
time.
good advice.
Yeah, but he's going to have advice for us next time. So that we're
Yes.
going to say in advance.
You're gonna
That's
have to
really
let
good
us
advice.
know.
Barry, you're a wonderful man. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for hosting this festival. And
Thank you. This was so fun.
next episode, we'll talk about how you did, Chase.
Oh, gosh.
I bet you're going to
I'm
amaze
really
it.
worried it's going to be a repeat of Hemet.
No,
so
I don't.
I apologize.
I wish I could be on it again, but unfortunately, but you are both always welcome to come up to the house and
We'll have
hang
you on
out
again.
and,
We'll
yeah.
return to you, Barry. We will come to you because he lives in a
Ooh.
beautiful house
In
overlooking the desert
Lancaster?
hills.
Acton.
Acton is
Was that
gorgeous.
nearby here?
It's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes away.
Oh,
South.
wow.
So,
Thank you for the offer.
Chase, what are you going to do? So you're going to perform. What are you going to do after that? I always love to know what Chase is up to because she's.
Oh yeah. Well, I was offered to work again on the Netflix show. PA next
Okay,
week.
so you're going to be working.
Yeah, but I don't have to. It was like a.
It's still on. You're still on the fence.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll be working. I'll be editing and writing, and I've been writing scripts for that kids show, and yeah, lots of stuff.
And
to
do
do.
you want to plug you and your sisters because that's all up now on YouTube.
YouTube, London and Chase.
It's really
That's
good.
it.
It's really good.
We just filmed our road trip.
Barry, anything you'd like to plug?
I'm actually trying to be the new offensive coordinator for the Bears.
They need one.
Yeah, I
They
submitted
need
my
one.
resume. I said I played some ball in high school. I think I can do better than 3 points at home.
Go Chiefs. That's
Well,
my plug.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Wait, you didn't plug yourself.
I don't have anything to plug.
You're
Your new
hosting-
show, and you're hosting this, and your new show. On,
What new
you're
show?
touring?
Come
on. Nancy and I are working on a show for TBS starring Tommy Chong.
Amazing.
I'm not supposed to talk about it too much, but anyway, it's
Is
really
that,
good.
I thought you were going to talk about your drug addict show.
Oh, Addiction 101.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll see.
That
Yeah.
you're touring with that?
Nothing. Oh, in February I'm going to Tampa.
Oh,
If you're
going
in
to Tampa.
I'll tell you more.
Great.
All right. See you next week, Chase. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, and such a pleasure having you on.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Barry.
See ya.
My generation, baby.